Hey guys, I thought I'd show you something that is a little bit different. This is something that I purchased just because I actually buy wheat berries, and this I buy in bulk from our local discount grocery store. It's the only really, other than I would say Costco and that kind of thing, it's truly a discount store. Now, you can buy it in the bulk. It ends up to be for 15 pounds, or 50 pounds, I believe. It ends up to be about $15 now. Wheat used to be so reasonable, and it still is. There's a couple options for you. I'm going to give you a couple options. If you have this grain right here in your extended pantry, you have the ability to make bread. This will keep for up to 30 years under the right conditions. Flour will not. So I always have this on hand, but you can actually put this in a thermos with boiling water and leave it for a few hours, and it makes a great addition to a bowl of oatmeal, and you will be full all day. And so I bought a small wheat grinder and I'm so excited to show you. And I'm excited to see. This will be the first time I've used it. It's clean out of the box. Let's see. This is the mill that I got. Now, I got this mill from Emergency Essentials, Back to Basics. I'm sure you could Google that too. And whoops, there it goes. See ya. Anyways, you just clamp it on the counter, as you can see. I'm going to load the hopper and see what we do. I got to get something to go underneath here. That's the other thing. You probably, if you were going to do a lot of this, you would have a setup where you had it set up where it was efficient and that you could work efficiently, because I think, I don't know, I'm thinking you might. I saw one of my people I subscribe to. He actually had his daughter, his 10-year-old daughter, on their porch, under a covered porch, with a beautiful ceiling fan above her, and he's got his wheat grinder hooked to her bicycle, and all she's got to do. And I thought, ooh, now if I had to make all my own flour, I would probably be very thin and in shape. So let me grab some container that I can actually fit under here. That'll work. And we're gonna see if we can't grind some wheat and how hard it is. Oh my gosh. My countertop, I don't know if that's because this is kind of hard to grind. This has some resistance to it. You might want to get a really stable counter, because I can see this is going to pull away. But I can also see that I have whole wheat flour. I would probably run that through that one more time afterwards. That's amazing. I tried to put this, the first time I got some, I tried to put it in the Cuisinart food processor, and all it did was throw it around. It did not touch it. So if any of you are thinking, well, I'll just grind it like that, that's not going to work out real well. Anyway, and I'm kind of bummed that this week is National Pay It Forward Canning Week, for people to learn how to can. I happen to work on Saturdays 10.5 hours, and so by the time I get back home it's 11 hours, and I can't always can. And being I didn't have a garden this year, that sets me back too. So, but I do have other things that I will can, and it's pretty hot here. It's hard to can. I might try to set something up for the day after National Pay It Forward Canning Day. How about that? Okay. I'm going to give you a view before this comes off the counter again. I'm going to set up, I think, like a little stand outside or something to do that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It grinds that right into, now this kind of feels like a, almost not as coarse as a cornmeal, but close. So I would probably run it through this mill again. But, and you'd be getting a workout while you're making your flour. Of course, the second time around, it's going to go through there quite nicely. But I think, let's see, this was from, I ordered this from Emergency Essentials, and it was, I believe, $69 or $64, something like that. But I thought it was just a good thing to have on hand in case, you know, I ever had to do this to keep bread on my table. And I'm sorry this clamp isn't working, but you get the idea. And on my wish list of things to have would be a, I would love to have a KitchenAid mixer, as I've said in other videos. I'd love that, but they're expensive. I've got an ad alert on Craigslist. There's a woman probably an hour and a half from me that has one for $150, and it's like, oh. And the other thing on my wish list would be a solar oven. I probably need that more than I need the electric type of convenience. I have an electric meat grinder, but I've also bought a hand meat grinder about 6 months ago, just because I've always had one as a backup. And so this was a good option to have in my little arsenal, especially when you can buy wheat pretty cheaply. I mean, it's not like it used to be. You can still go to the, if you go to www.ldsstore.com, you will be linked right to the main LDS store for the Church of Latter-day Saints. And I'm not Mormon, but they don't care. They're such wonderful people. And you can buy the basics. You can buy wheat, you can buy rice, pinto beans, quick oats, and I'm trying to think if that's it. I believe that's it on there for no more than it would cost you to go to your local LDS cannery and do it with them. I mean, they don't charge you shipping. It's on your doorstep in no time. And so that's a good way to add to your basic pantry also. And you know it's going to keep for up to 30 years. So I would love to never have to tap into any of that and know that our little world, and that we're not going to have any natural disasters or anything. But the reality is, chances are we're probably going to have something happen. And so you can also grind oatmeal and make oat flour. You can grind corn in here, crack corn, and make cornmeal. And there's a bunch of things you can do with this. And I thought it was a good thing to have on hand. But that's who I am. So I'm going to say goodnight, and we'll see you next time.